Let's look at how we're going to import our CSV file into our QuickBooks Online. So when you go to banking down the left hand side for the first time, you get this screen with the option to connect your accounts directly to your main bank account, or the option to upload transactions. So from here we can actually click on upload transactions, and it gives us again this offer of how you want to bring your information in. In this case we want to bring it in, we're going to bring it in as a CSV file, but we do have other options of form styles here, but quite commonly it will be CSV if you're deciding not to connect your bank and bring it in this way. And here you will look at the path of the file that you're going to bring in. But to start with, we'd want to make sure we've got the information that's appropriate for us to bring in to our file. So we bring up an Excel file here. This could be data that's been downloaded from your bank online banking, and it'll come through in slightly different formats. This one has just been produced in Excel, just as an example. But you can see here I've got a column for date, description, money coming out of the bank, money coming in. So this would be a typical format that you'd download from your bank. Key things to look at in here before you try to import it in. The date field here, QuickBooks will need it to be a date field. So if you right click on there and go and look at the formatting of the cells, we want to make sure that it is a date field in here, so QuickBooks will recognize that. If that was just a general field, it will not import, it will reject, and you'd have to look back at your CSV file again. So that's fine for the dating side of things. The other thing to bear in mind when you're importing in here is that QuickBooks likes it to have outputs and inputs. So again, typically if we try and input something that's just got lots of out data in and nothing in, then it will reject it on the basis that there's not any money flowing in. And on occasions I have actually put a line into my data imported from the bank, just almost a false line that I can get rid of later, just to make sure we've got some money on both sides of the ins and out. It's also appropriate for you to have one column here. This is split into out and in two separate columns, but if you did get this data through and it was actually pluses and minuses in one column, QuickBooks will cope with that as well. So this information is fine for us to import into our QuickBooks file. Once you have your CSV file downloaded from the bank, or you've created the data that you want to import in, we can bring it in here by selecting the file that you've created in the bottom left here. So I've got this import to QuickBooks CSV file that we've created there, and I can click on next and then ask it to find that account. And it's immediately saying to me, right, I've got some data here, which bank account in QuickBooks do you want that data to go and feed into? So here you'll get your drop down, the link to the chart of accounts, and you can pick the account that you want to add it into, or you could add a new account if you've not created the account that's relevant here. So I could, if I wish, add a new account into here, and it will take me to the screen that says this is where I'm going to add an account into my chart of accounts. So in this occasion it could well be that I'm saying, right, actually this is a number 2 account that I've got here. It is cash at bank for my account type. Here detail type is another current account, but perhaps I've got a number 2 account that I couldn't import in from the bank or didn't wish to import in from the bank, and for this particular account I want to bring it in by CSV. So I've identified that that's the account it's coming into, and if I go to the bottom right and click next, it then offers me the matching in terms of the information coming from the CSV file. My CSV file did have a title at the top. If you remember, it had the date, description, in and out as an option. So here I'm going to leave that ticked, and then it's asking me to map into the different columns. So it will identify where it can, and in this case it's identified that my column 1 is my date column, and that will match to my date. My description is matching to my description column, and here it's saying where are the amounts, and I've got choices. If they were positive and negative in one column, then I would pick that choice, but in my case I did have 2 columns on my particular CSV file, so I can go in here and click on the 2 columns and just allocate the money spent. So the money spent was going out, the money received was going in on my spreadsheet. You can see the importance of getting those headings right, and then once I've got this mapping correct, I can click on the next. And immediately it's brought in the information that I had in my CSV file, but it's not finalized it yet. It's basically brought it in. It gives me the opportunity to look at it, so I can see office supplies is a minus figure as I'd expect, whereas money coming in from Tom is a positive figure. So it's got my money in and out in the right areas. And if I did have anything in here that I didn't want to bring in, and perhaps made a mistake, I could untick it. So it's giving me a choice here of do I want to bring all of these in. On this occasion, I'm quite happy to bring all of this information in. It's fine. If I click on next there, all 20 transactions will be imported in from my CSV file. So I can, yes, to continue on that, and it'll whirl away to accept those transactions. So yeah, we've got that. Let's go. Let's see those in our account. And immediately, here we are, number 2 account. I've got nothing here at the top at the minute. We've not done any action in terms of the account, but down here in the tab for review, waiting for me to action them, are all those transactions that were in my CSV file. So all the transactions have come through in here. I can sort them by date, descriptions, etc. And I could sort that there, so it's showing my dates from the list of the CSVs. The order it was in the CSV file is there. So that's really bringing in from the CSV file the actual data into my QuickBooks Online, and I can see that coming in to the QuickBooks there. That's bringing your CSV data into QuickBooks.